We always hear people talking about how they want to escape the Matrix, right? And the Matrix is nothing but a system of control. Since you were just a wee little lad, your first days of school, you've been programmed to think a certain way. And it's done that way by design. That's why every classroom had the globe on the desk, on the teacher's desk, so that it's brainwashed into you that the earth is actually a globe. We're hurling through the sky at enormous speeds and teach you about the galaxies and all this other stuff, right? Now, the thing is, whether that's true or not, there's a lot of flat earthers out there who claim to differ, right? And I'm sort of leaning towards that as well. Because anything that was taught to me in school, besides basic math, reading, and writing, the rest was just brainwashing, right? You got to raise your hand to freaking go to the washroom. You got to ask permission to go to the washroom, And if you don't behave and you don't do as you're told, you get put in detention. These are things that were brainwashed into us since an early age. And there was two types of people. There were people who followed the rules, who put their heads in books and studied and became a working class part of society, right? These people are so indoctrinated into the system, they'll never see the light of day. They're like just too far gone. And then you got the other ends. People who were rebels. People didn't want to listen. People didn't want to learn. Like myself, because I thought to myself back in grade 8, why am I learning about this? I don't even want to learn about this. Shouldn't it be like up to me if I want to learn about religion or French or history or whatever the Aztecs did back in 1859? I really don't care. It's all just brainwashing. Filling your head with a bunch of shit and then testing you on it to see if you can remember it. Most of the stuff we haven't used. The thing is, man, the system of design, the Matrix, the control, it never ended when we left school. Then you get it from the news, then you get it from your teachers, then you get it from your parents, then you get it from your friends, then you get it from social media, then you get wherever you're looking, movies. All this stuff has been designed to keep you thinking a certain way, because the people who think a certain way are most easy to control. And if you keep teaching everybody the same stuff and everybody learns the same things, then you get to control the masses a lot easier. Well, as my red pill journey began back about 6 years ago, firstly on the MGTOW platform, because I was a raging alcoholic that was destroying my life, and came across this platform, which was men going their own way, men taking back their power, and having freedom in their lives to do whatever they want to do without being brainwashed to think a certain way. This was a lot of what MGTOW was about, and the red pill. You go deep down the rabbit hole, right? And this stuff just never ends. Here I am now 6 years later, and I'm so far down the old rabbit hole, man, there's no coming back. And I continue to learn, and at some point you got to kind of put the kibosh on it, because it becomes a bit of a negative. Once you see what these people are doing, behind the scenes, and a lot of these entities are being exposed now, and you got the aliens coming and all this other shit, Project Bluebeam, and there's always a conspiracy theory behind everything. And the thing is, with conspiracy theories, they may be a conspiracy, Well, guess what? We were right. And that's not a conspiracy anymore. This is the thing, man. There's, the only way to escape from the mind programming is to stop programming your mind through the external, through the movies, through the news, through the social media. Everybody's got a narrative now. You go through TikTok, and some person is talking about this, and another person is talking about this, and another person is talking about that, and everybody's got their own narrative on how they view the world and what's coming next, and are the banks collapsing, and are we having the 3 days of darkness, and is the currency collapsing, and they're gonna go digital, and they're gonna put the chip in their hands, and they're gonna do this, and they're gonna do that, and they're gonna reset everything, and then you had the pandemic, and this is all part of the design, man. This is all done by design. But a lot of people who are indoctrinated into the system, the book learners, the people who are those, A+ students in school who don't know how to think for themselves, who go to college and get a job and do as they're told and become a working class part of society, who never decided to pull back and actually think there's something might be going on, those guys are lost and will be forever. Thing is, man, you need to create your own narrative in this life. And unless you're extremely successful to the point where you can do whatever the hell you want to do, and you have enough money to do whatever the hell you want to do at your own beck and call, or you're a bum who lives on the side of the street in a tent, those are two extremes of the opposite, right? And this is the thing, man, the bum, he doesn't follow the rules either, right? He's not a working part of society or a working class citizen or anything like that, but he doesn't have the means or the money to do what he wants to do. Of course, on the other end of the spectrum, you got the person who's got lots of money, he can do whatever he wants to do. These people are not controlled by the matrix. Excuse me. So this is the thing. You first have to unlearn everything that you've been taught, depending on how old you are. Are you in your 30s or your 40s or your 50s or whatever it is? When you finally get that little light bulb that goes on, it goes, wait a minute, something doesn't seem to be adding up here. I'm going to do a little bit of investigation and see why things are the way they are. So then you start to unlearn shit. And then the process of unlearning means you have to take your attention away from everything that's going on the outside. It's a process, right? And the thing is, man, once you get to a point where you're no longer controlled by outside circumstances, you become that empty vessel, that beacon that you can now carve your own way in life by design, and you get rid of all the brainwashing and all the things that you were taught through your growing up in school and everything else, man. That's the first thing that has to be done in order to escape this matrix, because the matrix is initially your mind, right? If you're creating all this inside your own head, then you created a matrix inside your mind due to programming on the outside. Once you understand this, you can continue and take it to the next level, unlearn everything, and create the life that you want by design. That's as far as I'm going. I'm 9 minutes in. Hope you enjoyed, huh? Take it, Ace. See you then.